Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week: the Mississauga Board of Trade welcomes 11 new award winners into the family of the best in Mississauga business. And Brad Butt has news on plans for new office buildings in Mississauga, the Ontario government's plan for deficit reduction, and the provincial rules for the sale of cannabis in municipalities. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. First up, our series on the corporate execution gap. Here's Fred Pisadny from Focus Management with our Guru Gab segment on how to get from here to there.
Thanks, David. Let's focus for 59 seconds. I'm Fred. You can't get there without knowing where here is. Let me repeat that. You can't get there without knowing where here is. Leadership teams love to engage in defining their future and how to get there. They grudgingly spend time on a SWOT analysis: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. A SWOT is the heart of understanding where you are now. It starts with a rigorous examination of your external business landscape. Internally, a SWOT is about doing a soul-searching examination of your capabilities and capacities. Once completed, the SWOT analysis can be easily updated by asking, what has changed since our last planning cycle? Your takeaway: take the time to define your here before launching into deciding you're there and what needs to be done. Make it happen. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Fred. The stars of Mississauga's business world braved the first major snowstorm of the season to celebrate the best of the best in 11 business categories. Title sponsor MNP kicked off the event by presenting the sealed envelope of the 11 winners. Then 11 deserving businesses stepped up to the stage to accept their award. So what have you done to make your business successful, and some of the different things that you've done to stay ahead of your competition?
To be honest with you, it's probably a lot of it is looking forward and not so much looking at the competition, in the sense of rather than trying to figure out what they're doing, just trying to figure out how to be better than we were yesterday. You know, what new things can we do? What can we do better? How can we grow? What are we doing, that maybe isn't working, or, just always trying to, I guess it's constant learning.
What advice would you give to a company that wants to win in your category next year?
Apply. I guess somebody had to nominate you first, and just keep on working hard, and you got this if you're an entrepreneur. So that's the key advice I could give.
So, Eddie, tell me what it's like to be an award winner here at the Mississauga Board of Trade Awards of Excellence.
Wow, it feels pretty incredible. I'm not going to lie. This is such an honor. I try to be very humble about my work. I try to keep things as behind the scenes as possible. As an event planner, you're usually supposed to be out in the limelight, so this is really bringing me out into the limelight today. And I can't thank you enough for the opportunity, for being nominated, for the process it took to get me here. You're doing incredible work, so keep it up. Keep doing the incredible work that you do. Thank you. This means a lot to people like me.
Do you have a secret sauce? What's the one thing that makes you successful above all the other competitors?
Imagination, ingenuity, tackling those things that everyone else feels is too difficult. We break it down, we make it simple.
So tell us a little bit about what your organization does and how it helps people in the community.
Sure. Big Brothers Big Sisters of Peel inspires and empowers children and youth through mentoring programs and supportive relationships. We also are a conduit to helping bring mentoring into a variety of helping places so that we're able to make an impact on the lives of people within our Mississauga community.
Running a business is not an easy thing to do. Tell us, what's your secret to staying alive in a very competitive business?
I think there is technology, customer service, and our employees, and we're working every day to
treat them better and make our company a more desirable place to work as well.
Tell me what it's like to be an award winner here at the Awards of Excellence.
Well, this is unexplainable. This is totally off the cuff, but we were not expecting this at all. We were told we were nominated by our good friends and business partner GTAA, and they got the invite to come and sit with them at the table. So we thought it's just great to be honored to be nominated, and before you know it, we're on the stage accepting this award. So it's quite an honor, and we're very proud to be members of the Board of Trade and also great partners with GTAA.
Starting and running a business is not easy. What's your secret sauce? What's the secret to success?
Great people. It's all about people, having great people around you, keeping them motivated, just building that energy, that drive, and just it starts with that, and building relationships. Having great client partners that you can work with on a long-term basis, and just maintaining those relationships. So people and relationships.
You're an award winner at the Mississauga Board of Trade Awards of Excellence. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling very excited and very proud. Mississauga is an amazing city to be based in, and we've grown incredible over the years that we've been here since '95, and just have an incredible growth ahead of us, where we're looking to hire literally 300 more people in the next couple of years.
Starting a business and continuing a business is not an easy task. No. People need to they need to have perseverance. What's your secret to being so successful?
I think it's really the people and the investment that we put into people. We take a lot of big strides in finding the right fit for not only the role itself, but also the team and the company. So it's really a long process that's very detailed, but we get results, and particularly within our office, we're a family, and searching for people like that make a huge difference.
What does it take to be a great business leader today?
Leaders come in all shapes and sizes today, and with all kinds of different ideas. I think the only thing that a leader needs to have is the courage to take that next step. That's what a leader needs to do. And if everybody can remember that there are opportunities available, that there are chances to show people with kindness, with encouragement, that they can be their best, then that's 100% the way to do it.
The evening was capped off with a promotional draw sponsored by Turkish Airlines, who offered up 2 business class tickets to fly anywhere in the world that Turkish Airlines services. Coming up is our political report with Brad Butt and MBOT's upcoming events listing. But first, are you looking for ways to save money on your employee benefits? The Chamber Plan can help.
The Chamber's plan now offers employee benefit programs with greater selection, higher coverage levels, and more value than ever before. Take another look and see why we're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chamber's plan. It's for your benefit.
Now for our political update, here's our Director of Government Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Thanks, David. Last Thursday, Ontario Finance Minister Vic Fedeli released the 2018 Ontario Economic Outlook and Fiscal Review, outlining the government's plan to help people make ends meet and get ahead while making government more efficient. Ontario is now projecting a 2018-19 deficit of $14.5 billion. That's already $500 million less than the $15 billion that was inherited from the previous government, as reported by the Independent Financial Commission of Inquiry just 11 weeks ago. The minister has tabled Bill 57, Restoring Trust, Transparency, and Accountability Act, that does a number of things. It removes rent control from newly built units, introduces a lift that will ensure people with incomes below $30,000 a year do not pay provincial income tax, removing the surtax from high-income earners, changing rules for party and candidate fundraising, and ending the public subsidy, allowing LCBO and beer stores to be open from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., along with the new cannabis retail stores, ending the global adjustment on hydro bills with a new interim mechanism, and re-examining the mandate of Metrolinx to focus on regional transit delivery and service excellence. The statement did not include a plan to return to fiscal balance. While hearings on Bill 47, the Making Ontario Open for Business Act, began last Thursday, and the Ontario Chamber of Commerce addressed the committee. Vice President of Communications and Government Relations Michelle Eaton spoke for the Ontario Chamber Network, and she stated, I would like to first applaud the Government of Ontario for taking swift action with the near full repeal of Bill 148. It is important that labour reforms are both reasonable to employers and fair to workers. Our position had been clear from the beginning. Bill 148 was too much, too fast. Businesses across the province were further challenged this year with new regulatory and cost burdens imposed by Bill 148, hampering their ability to create jobs. The bill will be considered for clause-by-clause review by the Standing Committee on Finance and Economic Affairs and referred to the House for third reading this week. The Ontario government has issued the new rules for the establishment and operation of cannabis retail stores in the province when they can open on April the 1st. The regulations state that no store can be closer than 150 meters from a school. Hours of operation will be 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. No person under 19 years of age may enter a store. Stores must be a standalone operation, and no one operator can have more than 75 stores in its portfolio. Applications for stores will be accepted on December the 17th. Meanwhile, Mississauga City Council will have to decide whether or not to opt into the new retail cannabis system, with the report expected to go before it on December the 12th. Well, Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie weighed in on the Amazon decision to not establish its headquarters in the Greater Toronto Area. She stated, "Being on the short list is a prize in and of itself. Our bid has created new opportunities and increased our global exposure. Our bid book has been downloaded 17,000 times alone and turned the world's attention to our city." On the development front, the City of Mississauga Downtown Community Improvement Plan is now in force. Under the plan, the city may provide a tax increment equivalent grant, which is equal to a portion of a municipal property tax increase on development, offer a development processing fees grant, a rebate on municipal planning fees, rezoning and site plan application fees, create a municipally funded parking program where the city may build and own a municipal standalone parking space. Alternatively, the city may co-locate part of a municipal parking space in a new development, and the city may purchase key properties and redevelop them for office buildings. The city may also choose to dispose of city-owned lands to attract new office development. This plan is important because a new office commercial development has not been built in Mississauga's downtown core since the mid-1980s. Federal Finance Minister Bill Morneau will deliver his economic update on November 1st. Finance Minister Bill Morneau met with Canada's leading private sector economists to gather their views on the state of the Canadian and global economies and their expectations for the months and years ahead. The private sector economists' forecasts have been used as the basis for government's planning since 1994. This practice, which is supported by the International Monetary Fund, ensures objectivity in the federal forecast. And at the time of this taping, Canada Post and the Canadian Union of Postal Workers had not reached a deal to avoid a complete work stoppage. Rotating strikes over the past couple of weeks have led to a significant backlog of mail and parcels not being delivered. And if this situation is not resolved quickly, the impact on Black Friday and Christmas deliveries will be catastrophic. Small businesses and charities particularly rely on Canada Post at this time of year. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On November 22nd, join the CEO Executive Series with guest Frank Gerscher, the founder of Trios College. Find out how he built a multi-million-dollar business starting in his basement. On November 26th, join us for an information session on our upcoming trip to China, 11 days covering 4 cities for $2,299. This incredible price includes airfare, hotel, meals, attraction entry fees, transfers, and gratuities. On November 28th, discover the opportunities of doing business in Turkey. Join delegates from the Canada-Turkey Business Council and learn about bilateral trade opportunities in this market. On November 29th, join the under 40 business professionals at Game Time Eatery and Entertainment. Meet like-minded network-building peers and enjoy an adult beverage while soaking in some unique entertainment. On December 5th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On December 6th, it's our annual Mix and Mingle, where we welcome our valued members into our MBOT home for some casual network, a glass of cheer, and something to nibble on. And on December 12th, our annual general meeting where our members weigh in on electing new board members and receiving our annual MBOT update. This year's keynote speaker is Kim Stangby, Vice President for the Greater Toronto Airport Authority, who will update us on the future of Pearson Airport. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.